nabbit. Hey? Hey? I can't hear you. Retro got first. Callie got second. Congratulations, you guys. Hey, smooshed. Yeah, it turns out cooking frozen leftover lasagna takes longer than expected. I didn't realize that they were such big pieces that my aunt gave us. And, yeah, they took forever. So, I went and committed myself to making another project for the fall fair. Now, I do have a backup. I decided I wanted to submit a knitted project made from spun yarn. Hand spun, hand dyed yarn. Is it hand dyed? No, it's hand spun. I better check that. I think it's just hand spun. Hold on. Check it on the phone, Megan. Okay. I forgot my book in the car, but I've got the interwebs. Thankfully, they have the book in here. I'm just gonna find it. Where is it? Is it in here? No, not there. Where is it? And Hush Music. Exhibitor info. It's gotta be in there. Entry booklet. That's what I'm looking for. Congratulations on third, Dan. I do. Ooh, waffle stitch blanket for the smooshed waffle. Beautiful. G H. Okay, mine's the next one. Alright, there we go. Knitted, crocheted, or woven article made with hand spun, hand dyed. Ooh. I don't know if it's got to be hand spun and hand dyed or just hand spun, because that means that this one's out. Let's just, err on the side of caution and not use that one. That's not hand dyed either. That's hand spun. We could use last year's, actually, I'll use that one. No, I don't like those ones. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Dang it, I wanted to use the blue. We'll use this one. Personally, I don't think I actually washed this one, but we're gonna just go with it. We're just gonna go with it. I can't remember if I washed this hank or not, but that's okay. I would use one of my new pretty green ones that I just dyed up, but I want to use those for a project. So yeah, I decided that I was going to enter. I got like 6 things I'm entering. Turns out I had more than I realized. Oh, this one's really over twisted. Do I want to use this? Now I'm like questioning, guys. I'm questioning myself. Hey Prince, how's it going? We are emergency knitting. There, that's better. It's not so over twisted. We'll go with the purple. But did I hand dye this? No, I didn't hand dye this, did I? No, I didn't hand dye this one. I don't know. Hey, Best. I don't know if it says hand spun, comma, hand dyed yarn. I want to cover all my bases. So, I mean, I do, don't get me wrong, I do have this one and I might use this one, but I feel like I should try to make another one before using this one. I will say though, with the spinning wheel sitting on top of it, it has fixed the little glitch where it likes to come up off the bottom corner. So that's good. And I would use this one. But I messed up a little bit on this one. And it's also not hand dyed. So, that one's out. Because I want to cover all my bases. Right? Deep breaths, Jam! Deep breaths! Okay. Hold on. Let's wind this back up. I have lots of hand dyed yarn. Let's just take a step and dig deeper into the bins. I have not started. Oh, you haven't seen my journal cover? Hold on. I will. I made this a while ago, but I might end up using it for the fall fair. But the reason why I don't really want to use it is because I have had it. I have no idea if I've spilt anything on it or anything like that. I made the journal as well. It's just a blank. Unfortunately, I've already written in it, so I'm not going to submit this journal with it. But this is knitted with my hand-dyed yarn. It even has bookmark attached to it as well. And if I cannot make a journal cover in time because I decided to commit to one, we will use this guy. But I feel that we should make a new one. But in the book it says hand-dyed, or it says hand-spun, hand-dyed yarn. Now I don't know if that means you have the option of hand-dyed, or hand spun. So I figure we just cover both bases. Yes, we're gonna go bin diving. That's exactly it. I have to organize this chaos so I can get to the said bin to go bin diving. I would use, well, there is this one, but I don't really know if I want to make a journal cover with that. So that is one option. Oops. The other ones I have, I know are not going to have enough yardage. I don't want to use my pretty greens, so that's out. So I need to grab ones that are just, oh gosh, hand dyed. I changed my mind on that one because there's a lot of twists in that and it could show up in the work. This one does not have any hand dyed in that bin, so that's out. We do have a drawer coming out. We do have some stuff from last year that's hand dyed. Ooh, we do have, though it hasn't been washed yet, so it's probably best not to. We do have this though, so I'll put that as an emergency use. That has been. This is gonna be fun. Okay, there's so much stuff jammed in this corner. This is gonna be fun getting it back in. I need to empty my garbage, guys. Oh gosh. We have got the big bin. Went to high school and it went well. Saw some of my peers and saw most of my classes. Oh, that's good. I'm going to start taking a health class. Health professions, and I'm already going to be difficult and funny enough. Oh shit. Now mom's calling me. 1 second, guys. Okay, so we gotta quickly pick out a yarn, and then I gotta go help mom get into bed. Okay, we have this one. It is peachy pinks with subtle purples. This one, ooh, this one would be pretty. This one I put some tencel in, but that was blended up with my own dyed yarn. Not enough. This would be a beautiful one, but there's not enough here. We could go with some of the Halloween yarn. We do have the Halloween yarn from last year. There's probably enough in this skein, but that's not hand dyed. Never mind. I keep forgetting. Hand dyed. We want hand dyed. That's hand dyed. Those ones are boring, so I don't want to use those. We could just do a really beautiful yellow. Not gonna lie, I've been wanting to use this on something. Now this is 2-ply. It's quite small. I don't know. I can't even see the chat right now. Greens and purple, or the first jeweled one, like this one? This one's really pretty. But we also got like this gorgeous yellow. I was so pleased and happy with this dye. Okay, I think I've dug out all the ones that I'm willing to work. Well, no. Okay, I've dug out all the ones that I'm willing to work with. I'm gonna quickly go help Mom, and then we'll sit down and discuss. Dagnabbit, this is gonna be fun. I'm trying to get this bin back in here. Just a little more. What are you sitting on? The cats have shoved so much stuff behind my chair now. There we go. We got it. The cats have shoved so much crap behind my chair that every time I move anything off the floor, it just kind of like piles in. We did, guys. We made it. And I'm going to take this out to the big garbage. It does not need to be in here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I love this yellow. Okay. And they'll be like, oh, cool. So are you submitting this for hand dyed or hand spun? It's in the spinning section. Anyways, I will be right back. Don't have too much fun without me, you know? Right? I know that D&D makes me laugh every time. Okay, put you back here. All right, so there is this unbelievable yellow that this is some of my early stuff, but like honestly, I did a really good job of it. It's 2-ply. I dyed it myself. I'm thinking, honest to God, I think the one or the other. This one's a 3-ply, this one's a 2-ply. So if I do the 2-ply, it has to be by itself. Otherwise it will look funny. And I think I am really impressed with how let's just take this apart. It is a really nice yarn. The camera just does not do it justice, but like, look at this yarn. Oh, my fingernails are filthy. I'm sorry, guys. This was done on Nancy. I spun this all up on Nancy. So there should be ties amongst it. Okay. But this one is also really nice. I think I dyed it. I hope I dyed this one. I know that I blended it with Tencel. I'm beginning to think this is not my hand dyed. But it could be from... It might not be my hand dye, but it could be from a bag of dyed. My scrap bag of roving. I honestly don't remember if I dyed this. I'm beginning to think I did not. It's really pretty though. Yeah, I don't think I dyed this one. I think this came out of my scrap floof that I bought. It's also quite soft. Yeah, I think it was dyed roving, but and not felting floof, but like out of my scrap roving bits. So technically it is hand dyed. It's just I didn't dye it, so I could potentially use this one. I feel like this would make a prettier journal cover. But this one is definitely better quality spin than this. There's definitely some rougher areas, but that's fine. I think maybe we're gonna go with this one just because it's really pretty, and I know that it was dyed, like hand dyed. It's not commercial dyed stuff. Oh, so I wish there was enough of this, but there's not enough of this. So this is the spin with Passions floof that she sent me, and I plied it up yesterday, hanked it up today, and then I dyed it today with some food coloring. And this is what I got. but I feel like there's not enough here to do the journal cover. There might be enough here to do the journal cover. So there is also this option, but I'm concerned that this might not be enough. I didn't do a very big, and it is still slightly damp in places. I twisted it up just to see what it looked like, but I do like it though. Ovaltine does sound good, but I think I'm going to wait a little tiny bit. But then I am going to get some Ovaltine. Okay, I'm going to put the other ones away because I know I'm not going to use them. So we need them off the desk because I need a desk. Like, seriously, this is how much room I have, and this is after I took the yarn off the desk. Because I've got everything on here at the moment. So, we're gonna... I'm just gonna sort of set them in between these bins here so they're sort of safe until I can put them away where they belong. Okay. So, you can tell which ones were done on the bigger Niddy Noddy and which one was done on a much smaller Niddy Noddy. Taking the brown out of its bag, but have to say I was disappointed to see that where it called itself roving, it's not really, no, it's also not really spun either. Like, when you look at this, obviously don't look at the ends because I've combed them out, it's not spun really. So I think it's just put through a machine that makes skinny pieces like this. Like, maybe even like, it's probably like a machine that works similar to a Diz, which, do I have? Yeah. So, probably works similar to this, which is a Diz. It's got these little tiny holes that the roving gets drafted through. Because it's not really spun. It's just really skinny strands of unspun floof. So, in a sense, it is still roving. I don't think it's cut. No, I think it's hold on. So, I was messing around yesterday with some stuff. I did a few things. This is how it looks like when it comes off the brush without doing anything to it. And then obviously little miniature roll eggs. But then I dizzed up a couple. So this one was dizzed differently, I think, than these two. But this one here, and I used the larger hole on my Diz. Don't fall. So I used the bigger of the 3 holes. I know it's kind of hard to see, but they are different size holes, and it comes out like when you're drafting it through, it comes out about this size. Now, obviously, you can have much smaller holes and diz it out so it's much smaller in size, and I think that's kind of what they did. Obviously, they use a machine for it, but I'm pretty sure that's what they did, because it acts just like roving. Like, it comes apart just like roving. So if I wanted to, I could just spin these like this. Like I could spin it like that if I wanted to. Um but yeah, so like I was just like messing around yesterday because I wanted to see how they spun up in different ways. So like I'm gonna spin this one up as is. Obviously I'm gonna spin these up. I've already spun them up like the Rolex, but and just kind of like see what way it spins up the nicest for me to continue with the blue and the brown, because I really like the look of the blue and the brown. But for those that didn't see, I showed Passion, because I've been sending Passion pictures every time I do anything new with the blue and the brown. Where is it? Here. I knit up that little mini hank that I made. So this is what the blue and the brown, when it's mixed together as little mini Rolex, comes out as. And then obviously this was the white knit up. So yeah, this stuff I am drafting out it, or not drafting, I'm combing out into floof and blending with this chunky merino to make the pretty, the pretty. It's going pretty good. It does. Like, look at how springy the white is. And like this one is springy too, but it's not as, like, it doesn't spring back like this one does. This one is just like boing, boing, boing. Like there's so much elasticity in this white fiber. It's crazy. So the brown just says 100% wool. It did not actually specify what breed of wool it is, but it is an undyed brown sheep wool. And then this is a merino. And yeah, so I've been combing them out with dog brushes. Very similar to what I used to do when I first started spinning, and I didn't have like comb top or anything. I did try it on the board. It could be done, but it's definitely a lot more time consuming with how skinny these are. Isn't it pretty? But the chunkiness of it is we both me and Passion do not like the chunky. But yeah, so I'm very pleased with this, to say the least. I like how it works up. Both were nice to knit. I didn't fight with any of them while knitting. But yeah, so that's what this is. So this is more, I got them tangled now. But I spun up just a small one because I wanted to do a full test. I thought about maybe submitting this as a dyed yarn. I don't know, there might be enough in this to make a journal cover. There probably is enough in this to make a journal cover, but I don't know. The journal covers surprisingly take more yarn than you realize. I'm just not, I don't like working with chunky yarn. I never have. I don't like, I don't know. I love the look of chunky stuff, but I also don't really wear a lot of chunky yarn either. I think it really does. Like I didn't try that hard to do it, and it took everything. Now I miss a bit, like I didn't put it in the water enough here. What I did to dye it was I took it like this, and I put purple in my mason jar, and I dunked it in, let that one die and set, and then I took it out, switched the water out for a green dye, and then I just went like this and dunked it in. But I didn't dunk it in far enough on certain spots, so there is like the odd white bit. But yeah, it took the dye quite nice. I love the purple that I got. It looks kind of grayish on camera because Twitch cameras just don't show the purple. But it is a really pretty... It basically is like grape pop. It is like grape crush pop. Maybe with some melted ice in it. So I think, as much as I love this yellow, I think I'm going to save the yellow for something else. I do like that yellow though. So I was thinking we could see if there's enough yarn in this to make a journal cover. There could be. I haven't even weighed this or anything, so I don't even know what the weight is. I don't know what the yardage is. I just sort of like spun it up and was like, that's good enough. Because I was kind of like doing it like a small sampler. Ugh. Oh, good. Ads are back. How long have I was how long was I tacking with the ads going? So now that you guys are back from hand over the yarn. Mine. I'm so indecisive. Dye and needlework drama. There we go. I have officially for sure know that this is some of the dyed offcut floof that I got. Like it's like a scrap bag of yarn. Hi, buddy. So, where is that bright hank you pulled first with the jewel tones? As far as I know, like jewel tones as in color or shininess? Hi, buddy. Because... Are you talking about this one? That one? Or this one? Yep. Vinny has assumed position. Because there's this one. This is one of the first ones that I put on my desk. Otherwise, it's just the Halloween stuff. I was gonna do this one, but it hasn't been washed yet, and there's a lot of twists to this. Like, this one's like it's over twisted, and I'm worried. It's an intense blue green. This one? Or are you talking about these, which I'm not going to use because they're, I want to do a different project with those. Really? Oh. It might have been one that I didn't actually throw at my desk. I pulled it out and then realized, oh, it's not hand dyed. And it's just hand blended. I don't know. Because those are all the yarns. I don't have any more on here. So I don't know. Yes, we're going to be making a book cover. Hey, Sunglow, thank you for the check-in. Well, we need it for now because we got to make the decision. I'm thinking, honestly, I think I am down to either this one or trying to see if this one has enough yarn. We should cake this one up anyways just to see what we have, because it is spun pretty thin, so it might be okay. We might have the yardage. Okay, I gotta take some stuff off my desk again. This one? Right. Left. Right. Left. Okay, let's just hank this up. See where we at. I'll measure the yardage too while we're hanking it up, and then if not, then you think this should be the other one, the other option, or this one? I'm so confused. My camera doesn't show the right colors, so it makes it really hard. But we'll hank. Oh gosh, we'll hank this up. We'll see where we're at with this one. And we'll also hank this one up and see where we're at with that. Or not hank. Cake. We're gonna cake these two up just to see where we're at. I gotta rehank this one. Hold on. This is hanking. We want to do cakes. Hey Miko, how's it going? We are preparing to cake up some yarn to make a journal cover, a last minute journal cover, because why not make a last minute journal cover, right? I have until September 4th to get it done. So, and if worse comes to worse, we do have the one that's already made, but you know, it's been on my desk for a while. It's getting a little slightly grungy looking. So I sort of don't want to use that one. Yeah, this one. I'm thinking that this would be really cool because this is some of the yarn that Passion, or floof that Passion gave me that I spun up. It dyes beautifully. This is yarn that it was floof out of a scrappy floof bag that I bought. I bought a pound of scrap floof of all like different colors. So this one would be cool because I literally just dyed this one today. Coke! Now the only thing is there might not be enough with this. But I could also do oh yeah, and it turns out, Passion, I actually really like going through with tweezers, grabbing a hank of floof, and picking out any of the bad veggie matter in this. I was doing it all morning, just like watching YouTube, just grabbing a little chunk, picking through. And while I don't mind spinning it with all the veggie matter in, I figure if I want something that's like super really nice, that doesn't have any veggie matter, I have another bag going. I need a bigger bag though. But I was just sitting there watching YouTube. I'm like, this is actually kind of relaxing. Finding places for everything. My God. You guys, my desk is just chaos. when considering how I was raised, taking any time for yourself during the day instead of doing work was frowned upon. Right? Good effort, Restro. Restro? Restro. That's a new one. Restro. Rest. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we'll just see where we go with this one here, and then yeah, because we don't even know yet if this is going to be oh right, I did. Nice. Smart thinking, Jams. You did a slip knot. Yes. So proud of you, Jams. So proud of you. Yes, I'm saying I'm proud of myself. I did slip knots when tying the floof. Always the yarn conserver. Oh, this one's really twisted in there, isn't it? That's going to make it hellish if I don't get this sorted out. It is all twisted. What in the earth did I do with this strand of yarn? It is so twisted up in here. Did I get it? I know it's probably a bottom strand, but still. It is like, that will interfere with the other strand. Okay, hold on. Let's hope that I got it straightened out. Yes. Usually my standard basic cast on starts with a slip knot. But I went to do a slip knot around my knitting needle the other night when I knitted for the first time in a few days. How is Jamie doing? This is caking. I wish I had adjusted my camera beforehand. Basically, I am going from my little umbrella looking thing uh, through the yarn counter, or yardage counter, onto my little ball winder, which makes cakes. Yeah, you slip the knot onto the needle, and then you knit into that stitch, and then instead of like putting the stitch over, you add it back onto the needle. That was how I learned how to cast on, and that's how I cast on for you. Oh yeah, there's really not a lot of yarn here. We have 120 yards. For those that need meters, it's 110.3 meters. I don't think that's going to be enough. It looks pretty though. Here, let me take this off so you guys can see. Let's weigh it up and see what it weighs. Itch. Itch that I can't itch. I hate those. $33.3 grams, or 1.17 ounces. I don't think that's going to be enough to do a journal cover. I like Longtail, but I also like the other one. Mid check. Now I'm wishing that I had spun more of this, but at the time I was just like, oh, I'm just, doing like a small tester one. That's not even... Then gets undone and does not count towards the cast on. Oh, interesting. We might end up having to go with the lighter color one because I don't know if 33 grams is enough to knit a journal cover. Eventually, we will actually get to making a project in this stream tonight. My Swift actually can go either way. It can stand up vertical or it can be sideways. And because I don't really have any space in my office for it to go, I hook it onto this shelf and I have it so it's facing out. So I gotta move this. This doesn't even need to be up there. We'll just hang you down there for now. So yeah, it's just hooked on the shelf and coming out straight instead of being sitting up. But yeah, so it has the ability to do both. It's just a cheap Swift, but you know, for how cheap it is, it works how I need it to work. There. I'm back. Welcome back. Ooh. What'd you have? I had lasagna. But yeah, like I used to use this with it up. Um, but because of the lack of space in here and no proper place to actually connect it to, the shelf was the best option. So as long as I don't have things piled up over here too much. Oh, we might want to reset that. Gotta love autocorrect. I think a mouse has gotten into my ball winder. It's getting pretty squeaky. Words are hard. Oh, the joy of yarn vomit. Well, that's a bit better. I think this is the winner, guys. It ended up being this one all along. Because this one is just a little too little. Pastelle. Yep. It is very pretty. So I guess we could call this one the Yarn Decided. Though, we can always use this for a different project. Little bit sad that I don't get to use it, but we got to go with what works for the project. So, pastel-y one it is. Took me a moment. I'm like, how do I cast this thing on again? I remember. I remember. Bed is calling. Chat to you when you're up in bed. Probably should double check the pattern. Right? I think I just have to go in the round, increasing every other row until I hit a specific amount of stitches. Let me look at my row counter. Ooh. I forgot about that pattern. There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Let's go to Part 1. Part 1. Yep. Knit front back. Knit 1, knit front back. Well, aren't you a tight stitch? Knit front back. Knit 1 stitch. Knit front back. Knit front back. Knit 1. Okay, I won't continue to do that. We'll be here a while if I just like continually repeated that over and over for like a gazillion rows. Knit front back. For those who don't know what knit front back is, it means knit into the front of the stitch and then into the back of the stitch. Essentially making 2 stitches. Well, now we're on to a knit row. So we gotta do the knit row. Hey, knitter girl. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. KFB. Hydrate. I'm gonna be bad and I'm gonna hydrate with Dr. Pepper just because I can. We're back to the knit front back. I can touch on this way since I knit front back. So, and then you gotta do another knit front back. It's exciting. One from the dollar store, or from the Dollar Tree, and diamond on top. I hope it never runs dry. It is really Dr. Pepper. It's the sugar that makes me hyper. It is a Dr. Pepper. Ah! Move, lid. Dr. Pepper! It's just a large Dr. Pepper. Because Fountain Dr. Pepper is the best. Hence the reason why I go and I spend the money. Well, Dr. Pepper is the same color as cola. But you know darn well I would never get Coke. Well, they don't even have Coke there. They have Pepsi products. But yeah. No thank you. Dr. Pepper. Must always be Dr. Pepper. If there's Dr. Pepper available, Jams gets Dr. Pepper. Yes, Pepsi is a cola, but I only drink Pepsi if I can't get Dr. Pepper. Honestly, I feel like I'd probably go for root beer, Muggs root beer, over Pepsi. Pepsi doesn't taste the same anymore. And Coke is, we know my opinion of Coke. And we know that Retro does not agree with my opinion of Coke. So therefore, we won't get into it. Hey, Veggie! I haven't even seen it around where I am. I'm sure it's around, I just don't go into the stores and haven't been to the 7-Eleven in a while. But I'm sure when I see it, I'll give it a try. Oops, I accidentally increased the row when I was supposed to just do a regular knit. Well, shish kebab. I'm not taking it out. I'll fix it. Honest, I think if someone, like if that was all there was to drink, meaning there was no water, that's probably what I would drink is Diet Coke. If it was like a choice of Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, and that was it, there was no water, nothing, I would pick Diet Coke. Because Diet Pepsi is horrible. Diet Pepsi is horrible. Diet Coke is, if it's fountain, is manageable. What's made by Dr. Fun fact, there are 3 different companies that manufacture Dr. Pepper, and one of those is yes. Ooh. I have never seen Dr. Pepper sold with Coke products, though. I better put a stitch marker. Interesting. Interesting. A crazy long time no see. Of course I missed you. I mean, you are crazy after all. You are crazy, right? You had to run to the store? Screw you. That's so better. Whiskey. Food snacks. 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 We are knitting a journal cover because I decided to commit to knitting something with my hand dyed yarn for the fall fair. So we are making one of these. I may also have to make a journal blank if I don't have a blank journal over at my camper, amongst all my other gazillions of journals that I've made. But this is what it's going to be look like. If it turns out, I might just give in and cave and use this one, even though this one's been sitting on my desk for a while, so there could potentially, it might not be fully clean. But we'll see. We will see. We are currently working on a new one. I kind of passed, but oh, congratulations, Crazy! Failed on math, which I can luckily re-exam because it's just one subject. That is awesome. Sucks about the math, but still, that's awesome. I I don't sell the stuff. I mostly spin, but I do dye some stuff. So I kind of I don't know exactly what to call myself. But I did. This was a sample yarn that I spun up with some floof that I just recently got sent to me from the other side of Canada. And I just dyed it today. And I just it doesn't look right on camera, but it is purple and green. But yeah, so I do dye my own yarn. Here's some more yarn that I dyed up. This was originally a gray yarn. But for the most part right now I'm just dyeing for myself, I guess is so I don't know what you would call me. It kind of is, honestly. grabs torches. Lighting is important for crafting. Right? I also dye. I sell a little online and at my local shop. That is awesome. I do want to start selling. I'm definitely not ready for like selling stuff online and shipping it, but I'm thinking of maybe putting some of my yarn on Facebook Marketplace and seeing what kind of attention I get. I'm just not quite there yet. I want to be, but the problem I have is I have absolutely no interest in the business end. I just want to make the stuff, and I usually end up giving it away to friends if I don't use it myself. Never sold there, but I will warn you just in general for selling, the fee sucks. Yes. Free falling. Yeah. That's basically what I want, is to find someone to do the work for me. I'll make it. They do all the work. Alright, so just to be warned for those that don't know, I am going into Spotify. It will lag my video out, but you should be able to hear me fine. Free falling. Free falling. You're free. Hey Freya. I did say hi to you, didn't I? Ow! Freya. I did say hi. You know, buddy, that was an extra claw dig. You can't deny that. You purposely dug that claw in extra deep. That wasn't just a little bit of claw in the butt. That was like a full-on... Now you're knocking my fan off? Yes, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Okay, good. Yeah, because I was a little bit distracted at the beginning of the stream, not gonna lie. Generally 40% for them, 60 for you if you choose to do consignment pricing, or 50% if you want them to buy it from you, then sell it. Yeah, I also, there's a place here in the town that I live in that also has a store downtown where local artists can sell their stuff for, I think it's 20%. It's either 20 or 25%. I think it was 20% when I was talking to the lady. And the only thing that I have to do is I have to take my, make an appointment, and then oh god, I can talk, and then bring the stuff that I want to sell, and then a board. So like there's a group of people that will, oh, you want cookie. There's a board that will And I basically have to just like present my thing, like this is what I want to sell, and they'll be like, yes, you can sell it, or no, we've already got someone else that sells that kind of stuff. And so if I could just get my button gear and take some stuff down. I watched the Digital Circus. I won't lie, I enjoyed it. Well, that's good. Cheese! Cheese is good! Everybody say cheese! He wants cookie. He wants his... He's so spoiled. Spoiled freaking rotten. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I live in a very, like, artsy town. So, like, we have, like, farmers markets. We have a weekly market. Every Saturday we have a market that I could sell stuff at if I wanted to. I'm not going to spank the cat. Well, he kind of likes to be spanked, so I guess I could spank the cat. But I'm letting him eat his cookie. Are you done now? Have you eaten enough cookie? Yeah? Now that you've made a mess on my desk? I know they didn't have anything like that where I used to live, but this town is very big on their farmers market kind of thing. And then there's a lot of local artists. So there's also another place that I could sell my stuff at, and they do 25%. And I thought about selling stuff there too, because it's at my local post office. But they have a lot of stuff, and it doesn't sell, because basically the only traffic coming in are people getting their mail or campers, because they have a campground as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I think if I... Yeah, we'll see. Come on. Spot the fly. Yes, I called it Spot the Fly. And... Right? Definitely not spoiled cat. Well, maybe a little bit spoiled, but... Come on, Spotify. We got this. You can do it. Yay! Okay. Should stop lagging soon. Oh, we got ads, so look at that. Yeah, crazy. I got that one. Wait, was there 3? No. Was there 3 songs? Crazy, did you just request Crazy, or was there another song? We did listen to Crazy. Was that the one you had, or did you request another one? If you requested another one, Crazy, just drop the name of it in again. Redeem Space Dog. Oh no, it was Freya! Freya was the one that redeemed Crazy. Okay, hold on. I got you, Crazy. Sorry about that. I missed it. My bad. Sorry about that, Crazy. Oh, come on. Okay. Well, I tried to get it to play next in queue, but it decided to uh, play Passion Song first. But yours is for sure in queue. I apologize for the late play. I was trying to get it next in queue, but it it wanted to play this one instead. So this one's quite quiet unless it gets louder. Oh, there we go. No. Exactly. Take stream with you. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I messed up on the last edge. Are you just coming to say hello and then just sit there and pout? Worked on set of new Supergirl film, so he was given a hat and crew hoodie. What? Ooh! Oh, is the new logo not good? Hmm. Okay, good. And Superman had the same logo. You can only see part of it. Right? Who told her to sing that good? Hey, obsessed cat, how's it going? I'm not used to seeing you pink. It kind of threw me off for a second. Usually you're purple. I have an orange boy cuddled up to me right now. Look, Vinny must have heard you, because now he's cuddled up to me. The cover is starting to take shape. We have a corner. But he isn't eating very well, so we have been feeding him baby food off our fingers. Aww. Aww, sending him snuggles. He just not been feeling well, or is he just struggling with eating? I can't remember if we're doing regular knit or if we're in a. I think we're. think we are on to just a regular knit. He's perky and snuggly again. Oh, that's good. We think it was a delayed could very well be. Very well be. Oh. Yeah, I think that's the same as what he's wearing. Yeah, I'm trying to think when they changed it. Time for the gusset. The joy of gussets. Dagnabbit. I'm getting myself lost on what I'm doing. Like, am I increasing or am I just regular knitting? I'm just regular knitting. Hey, Melcy, lurking, but what are you working on? I'm working on a journal cover, because I decided that I was going to do one for the fall fair. So I'm like, well, just give myself extra work. I'm submitting 6 things this year. Last year I submitted 3. Now I'm going to be submitting 6 things. And this is one of the things that I don't have yet. Well, if worst comes to worst, I can use my green one that I already made, my green and pink one. but it's been hanging out on my desk for a while, so I think it's getting a little grungy. And so we decided to use this, which I did not dye the yarn. It was yarn that I got, at least I might have dyed some of it, but I don't think so. It was yarn that I got out of a scrap bag of floof that I got, but it was all hand dyed off bits. So I figure that's close enough, because I couldn't tell if they meant that it had to be both hand spun and hand dyed, or if it just needed to be one or the other. I think it's one or the other, but on the safe, like, I want to try and play it safe. So yeah. It is very simple. So yeah, and then of course all my other journal covers that I have, like I have this journal cover, but it's not hand dyed yarn. It's natural floof and like felting floof, so commercially dyed floof. But we got all the paperwork filled out. We still have to take it down and submit it. But we have until the 29th to do that, so I just have to get this done by the well, I should have it done by the end of the month. I have until the 4th technically, because that's when I have to submit the stuff, like actually take the stuff down to the fairgrounds. So technically I'm good until the 4th for actually submitting the items. Count the stitches. 2, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Okay, good. At least my stitch count is adding up. So that's the important thing. Because I've been going, what am I on? Am I doing an increase row, or am I doing just a knit row? And then I've caught myself a couple times halfway through wanting to switch it up, so you should have seen me, Mousy, trying to find a yarn to knit with. Everything I had was either not hand dyed or just didn't quite fit. Nice. I was just listening to this song today. I was driving down the road and it popped in my head and I'm like, I must listen to the song. You have heaps of hand dyed yarn. I have too, but not nearly as much as I thought I did. How I managed that, I don't know. Or like I had it, but it just wasn't like it was either not nice yarn, or I have plans for it for another project, or like this one, which was kind of like a sample yarn that I spun up. I don't think there's enough to do my journal with it, but it is really pretty yarn. Ooh, this is the I got sent this floof from the other side of Canada. Passion spoiled me. And it's core wool, and it's got a fair bit of veggie matter in there, but it spins up so nice. Like this is some that I spun up as like a tester, and it's got like it's soft. Like you can when you feel it, it feels like wool, but it's like soft, and it's got like look at the stretch in this. Like it's just it's bouncy. This is a different kind of wool, and it does have the bounce, but not. It's like different than this, and I love it. I love it. So, hand dyed and hand spun. Well, I had to pull out the big tote that I have stashed behind my chair. I had yarn all over my desk, but in the end, we went with this one. Hey, Redneck! How is Mr. Redneck doing? I need to get my oval tee, too. I keep forgetting to go get that. Maybe we'll do 2 more rounds on this, and then I should probably go get my oval tee. Since Retro redeemed it, and he's probably falling asleep on us already. Thunder, lightning and thunder. Oh, good. Retro's still awake. You might still be awake when I go get my oval tee. That I meant to go get a little bit ago. I just wanted to get sort of like sorted. Thank you all. Thunder, need the thunder. I'm doing all right. I reckon gonna go out here in a bit, take Bubba to town, and take the Vic out. How are you tonight? I'm doing good. Majestic! Yay! I'm doing good, Redneck. I'm glad that you're doing all right. We are in serious must get shit done mode. Hopefully it stays like this until I get this done. It sure is looking pretty. I'll show you guys in a second as soon as I finish this round. And then I'm going to go get myself an oval tee. How is Majestic doing? I rinsed off the Vic, shined up its tires. It's gonna improve it somehow. Like it's gonna improve it somehow. Hey, you never know. Maybe it will. Alrighty. So this is what it's looking like so far. This is obviously the bottom corner of the book. It feels nice too because it's a softer yarn and it's got some silk in it. But, okay. I will be back. I'm going to go get my oval tee. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I really do wish somewhere on this yarn that I made is somewhere on one of my streams. If I had the time or patience, I could go back and look, but I don't have the time or patience. I did get your joke. Okay. I'm gonna get up, so are you gonna come with me, or how about yeah? Good boy. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Um, 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 what? What yarn, Firefox? I don't see any yarn anywhere. Nope. Nope. This is not what you think it is. It's yeah, no, it's not yarn. Pretty sure my mom's deaf. I can hear her baseball game from down here. When I went out there, she had her iPad blaring with something, I think baseball or something. And then her phone was also blaring with a completely different video. Nice one, Passion. My mom's deaf until she needs something. Right? So because I'm too lazy to look it up, what's 54 divided by 2? I figure one of you guys can look it up for me. Or unless you're good at math. I mean, honestly, if I use my brain, I could. Thank you. It's how many stitches I have to increase to on each needle. I hate when they give you the total stitches because when I'm working with 2 needles like this, or like, you know, I just look at it as how many I need per needle. There's no yarn here. No, no yarn. Not sure what you're seeing, but there's definitely no yarn. I am just knitting with knitting needles, but no yarn. No, but I'm gonna say 27 to be like them. Are you one of those math people, Retro? Not that there's any kind. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but my brain does not work that way. But that is, I mean, that is a valid way of doing math. But my brain doesn't work that way. I am the one. Yeah. It doesn't work that way in my head. I've tried. I've tried doing things that way. It just, my brain don't math like that. I am the one. Yeah, I'm not very good at mental math, but honestly, you want to know how I would have done it in my head? I would have looked at it and be like, okay, 5 is not an even number. So that means that it would have had to carry the 1 to make it 5. Bear with me. So it's like, take the 1, make it a 14. What makes 14? 7. I was literally like subtracting things in my head. I guess I almost like take like adding and subtracting and work it. At least when I'm doing like the 2 times tables. Or not 2 times tables, the like divide by 2. So yeah, I would have been like, okay, well, 7 and 7 make 14, carry the 1. Don't ask me why, but that's what it worked in my head. Take the 1 from the 5, make it a 4. That would make it 2. So you'd have like 2 2s. This is how I worked it in my head. I had 2 2s, and then the guy divide the 14 in half. That would be the 7. So it would be 27 on one side, 27 on the other side. That makes it. Why? Do you see how confusing that was in my head? And that's why it takes me so long, because I have to, 1, visualize it. And I have to visualize it a certain way. I can't visualize like the way that Retro wrote out. I don't visualize like that. I have to visualize with the 50, 54 over top of the 7. It is. No what? But the thing is math is easier for me than a lot of other things. But I'm not good in math. Well, hey, at least you understood it. It's also like my mom can't figure out how I subtract things. When I'm subtracting, I carry the number over. So I think that's what I did. I basically carried the number over like I do in subtractions. No. Am I saying it right? Now my brain's like, am I even saying the word right? But like, so like if I've got like, if it was like say 54 minus 9, I would immediately be like, well, you can't minus 9 out of 4, so you got to borrow from the 5. So you cross out the 5, make that a 4, and then you put the 1 in front of the 4. That's 14 minus 9. Get your number, and then yeah. So like yeah. See, and my brain doesn't work that way, but that is a good way of doing it. But my brain does not work it out that way. It is fascinating how different everybody's brains are and how they. I was told there would be no math. It's fascinating to me to see the different ways of how to do math. But yeah, my brain works weird when it comes to math. Like when it comes to numbers. Don't get me started on how I visualize numbers when I count them, because it's not in a row like you would see on like a computer or a calculator or anything like that. When I visualize numbers, like when I'm counting numbers, they go in weird lines and the days of the week and the days of the year or the months of the year, also very weird. I don't know why I do. Hurry up, painkiller, and kick in. But for the days of the week, I literally go as if you were looking at something. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then like there's this big space. And it's like you kind of like do this weird drop down to Sunday from Saturday. But Saturday and Sunday are not in the same row. And it has to go up. Like it's literally like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then drop down. That's how my brain visualizes it. And the months of the year are kind of like the same thing. January all the way up to November, and then for some strange reason, don't ask me why, December's off to the side. And then it drops back down to January. Like a triangle. I'm weird. The number thing, that one is confusing. I don't know why. When I'm counting numbers, why I visualize it the way I do, but it is odd. Because it's not even like straight lines. It's like angled lines in certain places. Oh, it's like that, is it? You guys were talking numbers and I was just staring blankly at my pattern like, what row was I on? Like 5. Spotify. Oh. Do you really actually want more cookie? I feel like you don't want more cookie. Oh, maybe you do. Stop licking them and getting them soggy, because once they go soggy, you don't... See? You didn't want your cookie. Shouldn't I be getting some sleep? You probably should. He's making it difficult to knit, guys. He's making it difficult to knit. I may or may not have... Right? What's that? Sleep? I've never heard of it before. Learn to live, have a life. Want me one more time. Who you think you are? Running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts, tearing love apart. Go to catch cold. So don't back to me. Who you think you are? Alright. I didn't take the ABTH yet. I got sidetracked. ABTH. I had to explain about the farm vision, as you know, I was passionate about it. Yes. Bath! That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I was so confused. I'm like, what is ABTH? I know that it's probably a mistype of some sort. And if not, I need to know what these abbreviations are. Just a bath. I miss being able to have a bath. We don't have a tub anymore, so... But I do fully take advantage of Mom's shower chair, and I just, like, sit there and let the water run on me. Half the time I'm, like, falling asleep in the shower going, yes, this feels so nice. But I do miss being able to just, like, soak in a tub with a good book. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just get a good book. Sometimes a glass of wine, but usually, no. Usually I just soaked in the tub. Sometimes candles, sometimes bright light. Either way. And then when the water got cold, then you drain the water out, or some of the water out, top it up with hot water, and 3 hours later, you finally get out of the bath. A wrinkled prune, but, you know, I could live in a bath. But the water heater is so small, it only fills up. Oh, no! That sucks. And let me guess, it takes so long to heat up that you can't even be like, make do with what you got and then top it up as the water heats up. I'm really loving. Look at the color of this. Is that not pretty? My hand is like washing it out. What you could do, Jukin, is you get yourself a kettle. and you fill it up and you boil it. Maybe even a couple pots. Oh. Well, the plug thing is easy enough to fix. If it's like one of the metal ones that drops down, you can get like rubber things that go over top. And if it's just like a rubber plug that goes in the hole, you can buy a new rubber plug for it. Usually. But I was gonna say you could like boil up some water, and that should be able to, between the hot water from your hot water tank and the boiled water and whatnot, you should be able to get it to where you need it. Should. But you do have to fix the plug issue. For you and for me. Wow, we only have one more increase row around after this. If I dug out my big stock pot from the garage, maybe that, right? There you go. Because you got to realize if you have that like boiling hot, you're going to need to add cold water in to make it warm. And yeah, so a boiled water actually goes farther than you realize. Yeah, true. But sometimes a good bath will make it worth it. Unless you live like near like pools and you can go to a hot tub. But then you have to deal with people. And who wants to deal with people? A better place for you and for me. Gosh, this is pretty. I love the colors. Like, the camera just doesn't do it justice. I'm going to take a picture and post it on Discord. You guys need to see these colors. You need to see these colors. In a place for you and for me. There. For those who want to see what the true colors of this yarn looks like, instead of trying to figure it out on this camera, I posted a picture in Discord. When it gets cold in the winter, I will probably try since a hot bath. Well, yes, 100%. A shower just won't cut it. A shower will not cut it. The only time a shower will help like that is if you never run out of hot water. But it takes a long time in a shower to warm up when you're cold. All right, have a good night, Retro. Hopefully, when next you see me, we will have either a completed journal cover or at least halfway through. I don't know if I'll be lucky enough to get it all the way complete, but that would be nice. I'm excited, Pele. That freaking border is beautiful. Don't forget about me. Literally, I sat on the needle. Yeah. How? Oh. I would have said some very, very colorful things and probably smashed a few things if I was to sit on a needle. You almost lost your Twitch account. How? Right? It was a good beat. do a double count, but I'm pretty sure we are there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. I was trying to make another one for someone else, and I logged out of mine to show them what to do if they ever got logged out. And after everything was done, I tried to use my pass key, but it was old and the password didn't match, so I had to dig so far back into my brain and remembered it. Oh, good thing you remembered. That's scary. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. Beautiful. On to the next part of the pattern. Okay. Now we're into the turning of the work. We are no longer working in the round. We are working in back and forth. We are making another journal cover. Like this one that's currently not on a book. But we are making another journal cover. For the fall fair. Okay. We're gonna purl through needle 1. Oops. The pattern is, if you are gonna do it knitted, the pattern is on or in the under patterns in Discord. It's a Ravelry pattern and it's free, and you can make it to basically any size you want. So like, it's literally showing you 3 different size books. Alright. Now I got to place a marker. Well, we'll just take that one, since it so kindly jumped out. Okay. I would consider it definitely. I wouldn't say like easy, like beginner easy, but as long as you understand a few basics, then yes, I think it would be easy. I find sometimes just reading the instructions, they're slightly more confusing than, at least for me, because my brain registers things differently. But it really is a pretty easy pattern. And who knows? There might even be a YouTube video on this. If not, I could probably help you with some stuff. I guess the biggest question would be, do you know how to knit in the round? Because you'll need to know how to knit in the round. You'll need to know how to knit in the front and in the back of a stitch to increase. And then you'll need to know how to knit and to purl. Those are the big ones. But for the most part, it is just knit and purl and increasing. And then, of course, eventually decreasing. Could be the weather, could be you had a long day. Sorry, I'm still super excited about explaining right. Had time to calm down about it yet. It's all good, Pele. So I missed something. Hold on. Let me go up. So, little update. We are almost done with the full master plan of the building. Yes! Just got to finalize the animal shelters and wall. I can never pronounce it right. Making sure we have what we need for the types of crops we will be doing. Got to finalize the list for that too. Then the planner and building the plan will complete the blueprints